The Bus One boys, they've been balling.
They have been balling. Are they still the Bus One boys? This is my contention.
I heard that because Blake Griffin is no longer here, they can't be called the Bus One boys, but I'm going to call them the Bus One boys. I love it.
You know what? They just got to continue that through. They will always be linked to the Bus One.
Bus One boys. All right, let's take a look at their highlights from this road trip.
Hauser. Yeah. Out to Hauser. Take you with you. He's got it. Out to Pritchard. His three-pointer. It goes and beats the buzzer. Ahead. Wow. He got two, I believe. On the follow. Oh, yeah. The king of the follow. Ahead to Brown. He's got help. Throws it up. What? Pritchard will get a shot off. And back at home. Celtics keep up the attack. Pritchard underneath. Counting the foul. Pritchard scoops it in. The ball good blocker. Porter. Cornette, another stuff. Ingles stuffed by Cornette. Keep that dribble alive and lose it off his foot. Oh, yeah, good hustle. Hauser. Oh! A great hustle by Pritchard. Jump, great play. Oh, yeah! Then way upstairs for Luke. Brown to the basket.
That leads us right into Forsberg's 4, and that was the season highlights for the Bus One boys. The best part, Forsberg, Luke Cornette celebrations, okay, the dab, and then he's got the moose ears and everything like that. But the defense also, Sam Hauser.
Yes.
Those highlights. I love it. I can't get enough of it.
I might have to redo my 4. There was so much stuff in there I need to add to this list. But what it is I feel like that group, you remember back to 2022, they were all part of that final squad. But they weren't able to earn the trust of Ime Udoka and really be big players in that final series. This year, they could be key to whatever the Celtics do if they're going to take that final step because the bench has been so good. And that's where we start this little ode to that trio with the number plus 219. That's what the Celtics reserves are this season in the 1,000 minutes that they've been on the court. This is number 1 in the entire NBA and by a landslide. In fact, the next closest team is the Pelicans at plus 178. In the East, the next closest team is Philadelphia, and I think they're at like plus 74. So this group, when they're out there, they're having a positive impact. Now, don't get caught up in the scoring. The Celtics actually ranked 27th in the NBA in bench points at 28.2 points per game. But they're 3rd in field goal percentage, they're 2nd in three-point percentage. They rebound, they take care of the basketball, and most importantly, just make good things happen. And they don't care if they score as long as the team is winning. And I love that about them. Like Peyton Pritchard could be like, man, I need 20 a night. Sam Hauser showed it the other night, he scored 22. No, it's just about winning, and that number hammers home how much they've impacted winning. Rebounding and taking care of the basketball and just making sure that they make the right play out there, that's why they are so effective. All right, what's coming up next? All right, the next number, 92.6. This is the number, this is the percentage of shots that Luke Cornette has taken within 5 feet of the basket. That's a ton of shots, and that means the guy is not gravitating very far from it. I've talked a lot this week about it. He has evolved. When he first came to Boston, almost 2/3 of his shots came beyond the three-point arc. He was the modern center. Everyone's stretching out behind the three-point line, jacking threes. Luke's gone the opposite way. He now wants to just throw down dunks, chase offensive rebounds, and give the game what it needs. And I think he's been fantastic. Also with, celebration and craziness.
Look at the dab. I mean, come on. Like
it's part of the package, right? But he's shooting 73.8% on those shots near the basket. He has been phenomenal in just thriving in that situation. Like, he's going to throw down alley-oops. He's going to clean up second chance and make good things happen. I love that he's identified where he can best impact this team, but it's completely changed. Again, he's not stretching. He's rim running. He's doing all these things. Then he's got the Cornette contest. He's been great defensively. I think Luke deserves a lot of credit for figuring out how he can best impact the team and changing his game to meet that.
Luke Cornett has been coming up big for this Celtics team this season. And Forsberg, the way you're moving to that three-point line, I got a little nervous. I was like, you got to shoot a three or something? I saw the way those feet were moving. I was like, I felt like we were in the gym a little bit. But what's coming up next?
All right, next up, plus 13.1. That is Sam Hauser's net rating this season. It is second in the NBA, behind only Derek White.
Oh.
In fact, the Celtics have 6 of the top 7 net ratings in the NBA for players that average or playing at least 20 minutes per game, including 3 bench guys. You got Hauser at number 2, you got Pritchard at number 3, and you have Al Horford at number 7. Only SGA has managed to muscle his way in there. Sam's been phenomenal. In fact, he's played in 106 wins over the past 2 seasons, so he's been available. We know the three-pointers, but what I love best about that highlight package, he was out there and blocking shots, getting on the ground, making good things happen. I love that Sam has evolved to a point where you don't feel like he's a defensive liability on the court.
And I feel like we didn't see that last season. We thought about Sam Hauser as a shooter for this Celtics team. We didn't really see much of his defense, but a lot of those block shots, that's what I love to see out there at Forsberg. All right, last but not least, what do you got?
All right, the last number, 5.
Okay.
This is the number of heaves, shots past midcourt or beyond the midcourt stripe, that Peyton Pritchard has launched this season. Do you want to guess the number of heaves that all his teammates have combined for?
Ooh, 3?
Close, 4.
Oh, 4!
And 2 of those were Sam Hauser. So, you know why I bring this number up? Because it, again, accentuates that all they care about is winning. And so Peyton Pritchard could be that one guy who says, I don't get a lot of shots, so I don't want to ruin my three-point percentage because everyone judges me based on that number. No, every chance he's got to put points on the board, he'll just toss that ball up. He was rewarded a couple weeks ago. He made 1. He almost made 2 in the same game. I respect the hell out of this because in the modern NBA, no one wants to take that shot. And I like that Peyton. He's tied for 7th most in the NBA right now. The other thing that's great about Peyton is the low turnover percentage. He wants to value the basketball. He maximizes possession. As part of the reason he's part of the net rating leaders is he's maximizing every possession he has when he's out there. In fact, last night's game against Utah, he had a turnover, the only turnover in the first quarter, I believe, when he tried to force it up the court, probably for a heave in that final moments. He just wants to make good things happen. That's what I love about this bench. Bus One boys, singularly focused on winning.